and um, metal always lose electron and non-metal always gain electron. We did dot and cross diagram as well. So in today's class, I will try my level best to uh, include both the topics, both the dot and cross diagrams of covalent bonds and ionic bonds. But right now, we have to study simple covalent bonds. As I remember, I told you before ending the last class, that there will be two parts of covalent bonding. One will be simple molecules, and another will be giant molecule structures, or you can say macromolecules. Okay, simple molecules and macromolecules. All right. So let's start. What actually covalent bond is? It is a bond between two non-metals or more than two non-metals, but it will be in between non-metals. How this bond forms? This bond is formed when two atoms or more than two atoms, two non-metals or more than two non-metals, actually share a pair of electron or two pair of electron or maximum three pairs of electrons. For example, we have HBr. Hydrogen carry only one electron. It is in need of another one electron so that it can complete its outermost shell by a duplet rule. On another hand, right hand side, we have bromine. Bromine belongs to group number 7. So what does it mean? Bromine has 7 outermost shell electrons. If bromine already has 7 outermost shell electrons, so bromine will be in need of one more electron to complete its octet. All right. Do you remember what octet was and what duplet was? Okay, Zainab, the lesson is on recording mode, so you don't have to worry about. Okay, uh, so it will be shared. Nothing to worry about. Okay, Anusha, can you listen to me? Am I audible? All right. So I gave you the concept of octet and duplet. Octet means all those atoms, elements which can make themselves stable by having 8 electrons in its outermost shell. And there are only two elements which are found with two electrons in their outermost shell, that are those elements are hydrogen and helium, because they have only one shell. So the capacity of the first shell is 2 electron, and rest of the shells, if they are outermost shells, so they always try to have 8 electrons in their outermost shell. Is it clear? ठीक है बच्चों, तो आगे बढ़ते हैं और एक वर्क एग्जाम्पल करते हैं, देखते हैं कुछ और तो समझना बाकी नहीं रह गया. एग्जाम्पल क्या है भाई? When drawing a dot and cross diagram, remember to pair up the electrons in the overlap area first, just like a Venn diagram. Take care not to put them outside this area. They are actually talking about this thing here. It is an example of covalent bond. Here you can see nitrogen and hydrogen, both are non-metal. So nitrogen belongs to group number 5. What does it mean? These dots, these blue dots represents the outer shell electrons of nitrogen. As I told you that nitrogen belongs to group number 5, so it carry 5 electrons in their outermost shell. 5 electrons in their outermost shell. So if an element has 5 outermost shell electrons, So only three electrons are required to complete the octet. Means eight electron in the outermost shell. All right. So three hydrogens will come and will share one electron. Each hydrogen will share single electron, so that nitrogen will get satisfied. As you can see, just like a Venn diagram, we showed cross and dot in the shared area between nitrogen and hydrogen. So that's how, if you see the circle of nitrogen, in this circle, nitrogen has 8 electrons now, and in the circle of hydrogen, there are 2 electrons. So both get satisfied, and both has the stable electronic configuration. Is it fine? Understood? ओके, तो आगे बढ़ते हैं. हमें दो नंबर किस तरीके से मिलेंगे? अगर हम शो करते हैं थ्री हाइड्रोजन एटम्स इन सराउंडिंग, जिनके पास पेयर्ड इलेक्ट्रॉन्स भी हों, और अराउंड द नाइट्रोजन एटम 8 इलेक्ट्रॉन्स हों, और इट इज़ मैंडेटरी टू शो dot and cross with different atoms electron. This is a compulsion. That is why it is known as dot and cross diagram. No need to recap. So you are requested to draw the dot and cross diagrams of question number 2, ABC. Are you ready? Yes, Anab. Actually, yes, it is different, because here we have to show that these atoms are sharing electrons. In that dot and cross diagram, in ionic bonds, we were showing that elements are actually losing and gaining electrons. So when you show the losing and gaining of electron, there is no need to draw a diagram just like a Venn diagram. That is why it is a bit different. Or I must say entirely different diagram. Just dot and cross concept is same, but the way we drew the ionic bond and we just drawn this one is totally different. All right. Okay, then please proceed and draw the dot and diagram for the following.